Today, we're going to learn about insurance. With all the ideas mentioned before, you probably can't wait to start investing, saving money or making more money. However, another key point we have to be really careful about, is how to protect our assets. Even if you've already saved, earned tens of thousands of money, imagine what would happen if you are diagnosed with cancer? Which will highly likely to cost you an arm and a leg. And you might also lose the ability to work, unable to get salary. What's worse, your house just got burned down. What do you think you're gonna do? Of course it's a bit too exaggerating, but these accidents actually could happen. Therefore, if we don't have any idea of what to do in advance to protect our properties, no matter how much we earn, we can't keep any of them. That's why insurance is so important. But first we have to break a few limiting beliefs of insurance. Many people might have the impression that insurance is just a fraud. The reason for them to have this idea is probably because of the salesman. For their own purposes, they persuade you into purchasing a certain product. While when accidents happen, you'd be surprised to find out that you can't get your compensation. In fact, there's nothing wrong with insurance. After all, it's just a product. Most likely, we tend to skip the detailed explanation of the insurance, and thus fail to notice certain conditions that we can't get compensation. So we should instead focus on how to have clarity of what we bought instead of rejecting such useful tool to diversify our risks. For instance, Tom has worked hard for several years and saved some money. While he was diagnosed with cancer. It's curable, but the treatment might cost all his savings. Luckily, he had bought a cancer insurance before. Therefore, when the verification is done, he can get 100% compensation of the treatment fees. As a result, the essence of insurance is to defend. While for investment it's attack. We can't rely on only one of them. We must have both to stabilize our base and stack on it, just like building a house. So don't expect to make money from insurance. The insurance companies are no fool. You are not likely to take too much advantage from it. Just keep in mind, insurance is little money to get big protection. Now, let's look at different kinds of insurance. There are mainly two types of them, the life insurance and general insurance. Life insurance protects an individual's body. General insurance protects your assets. Here we'll focus on life insurance since it's the most important one. It can divide it into four types. Medical insurance, 36 kinds of sickness insurance, life insurance, and accident insurance. 1. Medical insurance, it basically compensates for the treatment expenses. Especially in countries without national health insurance, the treatment fees can be unbelievably high. And medical insurance can help us a lot. One thing to notice is that the compensation won't exceed our expenses. So if we spent $10,000 on treatment, we'll get $10,000 not less or more. 2. 36 kinds of illness insurance. It mainly deals with serious diseases, like stroke, cancer, heart attack, death, paralysis etc. Only if one are subjected to these diseases, will he be compensated. Different from the medical insurance, which compensates for the treatment fees. Its compensation is mainly for the living expenses of the patients. 3. Life insurance. When one dies or is eternally handicapped, the insurance company will compensate you. It can greatly alleviates the economic pressure of your family members. Accident insurance. Literally speaking, it compensates you for accidents. It should be external, accidental, and non-disease related. Like car accidents, or bit by a dog etc. Next, we'll discuss factors you have to think about buying insurance. 1. Whom to buy for. As mentioned before, insurance is to divert the risks. So for the family, we should consider who is the greatest risk of losing? Probably he's the only one making money. If he falls down with illness, won't the whole family be in tremendous risks? Therefore, buy insurance for one in charge of making money first, then consider insurance for other members. 2. Budget. If you spend too much on insurance, it must leave less budget for other expenditure. So how much should we spend on it? The thumb of rule is to use 10% of your income for insurance. Why? Because if your insurance is not enough, when accidents happen, the compensation is too low to have any effect. On the other hand, if we have too much insurance, we would have little to invest, slowing our process for financial freedom. And 10% is just optimal. After the target and budget have been decided, we have to see what to buy. Here's the advice. First medical and accident insurance, then life disease insurance. Without a doubt, it's best to have all of them. But if you have financial considerations, you can follow this advice. The reason for such advice is because of probability and cost factors. I believe you would agree that it's more likely for you to contract a disease, or have an accident rather than death or being handicapped. Furthermore, in countries without national health insurance, someone can go into bankruptcy just because of the treatment fees. Even in countries that have the national health insurance, for some special disease, there's no compensation. Hence, in order to prevent yourself from getting a lot of debts just because of disease, it's the first priority to have medical insurance. As for the accident insurance, still the same, it's more likely to happen. So why don't buy one to give us security? By the way, it's really cheap and won't change its price according to your age, unlike life insurance. So buy these two first and then consider other insurance. Just keep in mind, insurance is to protect ourselves. Let's review what we've learned today. 1. The essence of insurance is to defend. Use little money to get big protection. 2. Two types of insurance, life insurance and general insurance. 3. We should first buy insurance from member in charge of making money. Use 10% of your income for insurance. Buy medical and accident insurance first.